having a generous heart. Why am I talking about that? Well, you see, the reason I want to talk about that this time is situation at work, right? Inside, sanitizing everything. Someone breaks in our van. The homie goes out there, gets in a scuffle with the woman and everything like that, right? But the whole day, first time actually just working with him as my partner throughout the day, and I got to know the dude. Been through a lot, trying to change his life. Yes, he still has some of his issues, maybe that he kind of goes through. But man, this dude is genuine. He's a good dude. I respect him. He was telling me how he knows the homeless people by name. He knows what they do. He knows their struggles, everything, what landed them there, everything. I was like, man, that's very powerful, right? So with that, I was just being generous to him. I bought him food, encouraged him, you know what? And when he was out there talking with his wife and everything like that, I was inside the building. I was already done sanitizing. He don't know this, but I was praying, bro. I was praying for protection and guidance over him. You know what? Because I ain't gonna talk about too much specifics on it because you know what? That's personal. But he's a good dude. And know what? And everything worked out in the end, so I'm so happy about that. And then today, go to church. He pastors talk about being kind and humble and generous and all these things, right? So he's talking about this dude named Mark. Walks to work every single day. There's this crazy homeless dude that's there. They know him as the crazy homeless dude, whatever, right? And he's just like, man, hopefully the light gets green so I could just, skedaddle on so I don't even have to worry about talking or speaking to the dude. It's red light. He has to stop. He's there. Homeless dude is like, hey, man. And he starts talking to him. And he's like, do you have anything I could put in my folder? And he's like, nah, I don't got money. He's like, I wasn't asking for money. I was just asking if you had anything I could put in my folder. He's like, no. And he's like, well, my name is, what was his name? I forget what his name was. But he tells him, and the guy's like, well, my name is Mark. And light goes, sprints across, whatever, right? And then he goes a few more days, he don't see him. And then finally he sees the ambulance and everything. They're wheeling out his body. He was murdered, or he was killed. So they asked, they're like, hey, anybody know him? And the Mark dude is like, yeah, I know him. His name is this. And then they give him, he just literally just hands him the belongings and is like, yeah, there you go. That way we don't have to do a report. You just figure it out. And he didn't really care about it. He was going to throw it away. But for some reason, something was telling him, hey, open it. He opened it. Just, a lot of just junk, stuff like that. And then he finds that folder. Folder's empty besides this piece of paper that was crumbled up. I forgot to say that before. When he sprinted across the street, the homeless dude, there was a paper crumbled on the floor. He creased it out and put it in his folder. Wrote something and put it in his folder. So as Mark is opening it, he's looking at the thing, and it says, "My friends," or "my only friends," and the only one that was written on there was Mark. Everyone has a story. Everybody has value. See, right? If we're not being generous, if we are not being humble, if we're not being kind, if we're not having a generous heart and being genuine and treating others to the value of God, the value of life that God has given us, then what are we doing, right? We're doing them a disservice. We're doing God a disservice. We are not doing what we need to do. There's people that need to be loved on. There's people that just need to have a conversation with. And the reason I talk about this story is because the dude that I work with is like, man, I know all their names, man. I know what they go through. I know what they do, right? It's like, man, why aren't we doing that? Why every time we're around people, it's just like, so whatever. I think we just need to change our ways. We need to be a little bit more genuine to kind of invest in other people. Hopefully this encourages you. Until next time, man. This is the Crayon Rocket YouTube channel. Till next time. Salute.